There is an impressive 15-year age span on Canada's national senior women's rugby team, but it doesn't seem to matter, as the players mix seamlessly. It's a good thing, too. For the amount of rugby and hard work that go into these tours, there's also a bit of downtime, and it's amazing how the players will entertain themselves.
Laura, I like you with boobs. Me too.
Someone suggested a few of the players resembled characters from a movie, and the joke snowballed, prompting a well-received slideshow of the entire squad in their new roles, including the casting of the strength and conditioning coach as the ever-watchful eye. Without age as a factor, it was a natural choice for head coach Jonathan Long to select Ashley Patzer when picking a vice-captain for the two tests.
She just has that wow factor, and that's something you can't really prescribe. For her to show all her attributes, not by talking, but just by showing and doing, as what's been a massive influence in her being vice-captain.
Canada's under-20 squad was also in Florida. Their captain was Patzer's teammate at university.
Never goes to her head, ever. She's the most genuine person you'll ever meet.
Patzer's skill matches her modesty. At the Sevens Rugby World Cup in Dubai, she was the tournament's fourth leading scorer with 38 points, helping Canada into the semi-final. Canada played their neighbors twice in Florida. They beat the Americans 18-8 in the first test after a solid second half, and they started the second match much the same way.
Patzer is 5'2" and 22 years old, which often makes her the youngest and the smallest player on the pitch. But she's built quite a reputation for playing above her years and her inches, although even she was unprepared when Captain Leslie Cripps went down to injury halfway through the first.
I didn't really know what to say.
And so instead, she did. The diminutive fullback led the senior team by example and scored Canada's first try. But Patzer was to be further challenged as a leader when her team was given 2 subsequent yellow cards. The Canadians were playing better than their counterparts, but their efforts were undermined by their penalty count. A try for the US by Venetia McGill and 2 penalties slotted by fly half Stephanie Bruce left Canada trailing by a point with just minutes on the clock. Quick thinking by scrum half Julia Sugawara sparked Canada into playing brilliantly in the final minutes, resulting in a try for Mandy Marchuk. Patzer would have a hand in Marchuk's try, but it was not enough, and the US won by a final score of 11-10. Even though it was self-inflicted, Patzer was impressed how her team handled the adversity.
Definitely that last minute of play, we punched it out. We should have been playing like that the whole game. Everyone's an amazing leader on this team, so we all just kind of stepped up and tried to fill in that role. You got to dig deep, and it doesn't just come from one player. It's not just from the captain, it's from the whole team. It's from the whole 22 that are dressing, the coaches. We just need that support. But for myself, I don't know, I just tried to work really hard and support the girls and keep the focus up and keep us going forward.
The national team will move forward as they have 2 more events planned before the World Cup, including a visit to the Southern Hemisphere to play the #1 ranked team.
When we were in France, that was kind of our turning point where we needed to start getting the wins, and we knew that, and we got 1 win in France, 1 loss. We got 1 win here, 1 loss, so we're starting to realize it's crunch time, and we have 4 games left to World Cup. So we know this is the time right now. This is where we need to buckle down, work really hard, and we can't look back. There's no looking back. So today's loss, it happened. We need to get past it, and we need to move on and focus on the next step.
You'll have to excuse me.
There is always more work to be done on the pitch, but off-field, this team is right on track.
These so-called vacations will soon be.
For Rugby Canada, I'm Meghan Mutrie from Victoria.
I need home for a rest.